You're watching The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are The Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
Yes, sir.
Miss Laila Ali.
What's up?
Welcome.
Thank you so much.
She got a new book, Food for Life.
And this is
That's right.
exciting for me because I'm actually always do my best to try to eat healthier, and cooking at home is really part of eating healthier too.
Definitely is. I've been cooking since I was like 9 or 10 years old. So a lot of people are like, oh, you went from boxing to cooking. It's like, no, actually, I went from cooking to boxing and back to cooking, you know? So I'm really passionate about encouraging others to live a healthy lifestyle. And I just learned that you have a juice bar, which I think is amazing.
Juices
Yes.
for Life in
Guys,
Brooklyn.
yes, that's Juices for Life?
Juices for Life.
Look at that. Look how similar the names are. Because, you know, people don't realize that the food that you put into your body actually turns into the cells that turn into the organs, your brain, your heart, all those things. But we don't think about food that way. We
Right.
just think about being hungry and getting our grub on. And that's why a lot of people are sick with chronic illnesses and diseases, and they don't realize that we can actually take control of our health, especially in communities of color. You know, so what I try to do is take the recipes that I've been cooking for many, many years, perfected them, and then also just made them as nutritious as possible. So you got your greens, you got your gumbo, you got your fried chicken, but oven fried chicken.
Gotcha.
You know, so you get all the flavor along with the nutrition.
So you're supposed to eat to live, not live to eat.
Exactly.
That's what they always
But
say.
we want
Elijah
to enjoy
Muhammad.
food, right? He says
How to eat to live, yeah.
Exactly. But I mean, we want to be able to enjoy food too,
Right.
Because I mean, come on, you know, food is like when you think about family having good times. How many times do we go out and say, let's go have a meal together, let's go
Correct.
break bread together? So it needs to be good as well.
So how do you cook your food in your book? So for you to stay healthy, what's your meal like today? Like, what if you were home right now? What would you cook in the morning? What would you eat for lunch? How often would you eat? What would you eat for dinner?
That's a good question. Okay, so I have 2 children. I have a 6-year-old and a 9-year-old. So I'm kind of a short order cook, I have
Okay.
to say, because they're kind of picky. And my husband may want something, they want something different. So a lot of times I mix it up, but there's always going to be a protein. So I might be making some chicken. We do eat meat in my home, but we eat grass-fed, you know, good quality meat. So we'll have lamb chops, we'll have chicken, then I make different sides. The kids might want some pasta. I'm going to do a quinoa brown rice pasta. And then there's always going to be some vegetables, fresh salad. For me, I don't usually eat breakfast. I'm not really a big breakfast
Neither
eater.
am I. That's why I have a juice every
Yeah,
morning.
and I have juice as well. And actually, it's so funny. I was on Good Morning America demoing my green power shake because that's something that I have. Because you think about all the nutrition that you need, whether it be your maca powder or your kefir or your spinach. I put all those things into my shake. And, you know, I have different shake recipes, of course. And then I don't really have to think about it. I got a lot of nutrition for the day.
Right.
And then for lunch, I kind of, you know, that's really my heaviest meal of the day. Where I might have some sweet potato and throw some carbs in there and good fats and all those things. And then at dinner time, that's when I said it's a kind of a free-for-all in my house. But with the kids, you know, it's kind of like we got Taco Tuesday, we
Right,
got our
right, right.
spaghetti, you know, but then I have my secret sauce where I will
Right.
roast a lot of different vegetables and blend them down into the red sauce. And then I use that sauce. So it's like I sneak in the nutrition for the kids.
There's healthy ways to make spaghetti. My wife does this spaghetti squash.
Oh, right.
Instead of the
Definitely. Instead of the
actual
pasta.
noodles.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's really good. Yeah, definitely.
Now, I would listen to you because you look good, but it can't just be
Thank
the
you.
food. What else is?
Well, I think that, there's a lot. It's a holistic, right? I also have my blog, which is LailaAliLifestyle.com, and that's what I talk about, just living healthy, but it's holistic. You know, you got to be a positive person. You know, you got to have spirituality in your life. You know, you got to get the negative people out of your life. There's so many different things, right, that we all know we need to do. But in order to actually do them, I think it has to be a priority, and you have to actually write things down, have short-term goals, long-term goals, all these things. I'm not saying I'm perfect because I got a lot of things that I need to work on. But as long as you're thinking about it and you're thinking about how to be better instead of sitting back judging everybody else, think about how, you know, you can better yourself.
Your diet really does play such an important part on your outlook on life too, though, because when you are healthier on the inside, it does make you healthier just as far as the energy you exude to everybody. And I always feel like even in schools, like you see what kids eat, think about what we came up eating in the school system. A lot of times those things they give you aren't really that good. Like they give you the little juices with all the sugar in it when they could give you like a pressed juice with fresh fruits and vegetables.
Well, they
and
changed that a
nothing
lot
added.
now in schools.
Yeah.
In schools, that's changed a lot. There's no soda machines anymore. They watch the snacks they put in them
But
vending
they still do
machines.
have those little box juices and stuff that they give. And I
Yeah.
do know that there's a lot of things that could be done better and healthier.
Yeah, I think that is a multitude of things. For one, you know, a lot of times, because I know even at my kids' school, I asked the school, I was like, can you guys make healthier options in the kitchen? And they were like, we tried that. And then we had to charge more, and then the parents didn't buy it. So then they stopped. So it's kind of like people also need to recognize that you're going to possibly have to pay $1 or $2 more, and just like you go and you spend money on your shoes and your hair and all these things, and get all the looks, you might have to pay a little more because you're either going to pay now or you're going to pay later.
Correct.
So people are getting sick, they're getting diabetes, they go to the doctor, they get diagnosed. Now you have to eat a certain way. Now you have to come get dialysis. Now your health care bills are high. So you're either going to do it now for yourself, right, and make a few changes. And of course, we have to be examples for our kids. It's hard for me as a mom, trust me, because I pack healthier snacks for my kids, and then they're like, but my friends have this and that. So I try not to, I let them have certain things. Like I'm not like a fanatic, I'm not going to be like, you can never have, because then they want it even more. So, but it's what you do, I think 75-80% of the time that really matters, and lead by example. So.
And for people who hate vegetables, like when you put some careless spinach in a juice, you can't even taste it.
No, you can't.
So you're getting all those nutrients, but it doesn't taste nasty.
But you can't act like a baby and be like, it's green.
Right.
Taste it. Because yes, it's
really
green,
good.
and green is good for you.
Yeah, it's good for you.
Yeah,
That's
it's good
the
for you.
more important thing.
Yeah,
Now,
that's easy to say, and I'm gonna say this because we started. I remember when we first started, I started juicing it, and they used to be like, "Your teeth gonna fall out. You juicing too much," because it was nasty at first, but then you require a taste and desire a taste, and now it's just like it's nothing.
But you was dieting though. You
Yeah,
wasn't
you
just
was
I was
juicing.
eating my,
Crazy
no,
with
I was
it.
eating my green vibrants. Green vibrants is all my greens
No.
of the day. That's what I was doing every
You
morning.
was in there talking about, I ain't doing solid foods for a month.
Well,
Like what?
I did not do that.
well, if you went through that period, everybody does what they need to do for different reasons. But I think that once you try it, like you said, and then you can put some fruit in there, because some people can do all greens. Like my
Right.
husband, he does all greens.
I
Me
can't
too.
do
I do
all
all
greens
greens.
either. It's
See,
not
that's
really-
great.
I do all
But
greens.
I like a little green apple in there.
Yeah,
It doesn't
and
have a
that's
lot. It's
green.
low glycemic, doesn't have a lot of sugar, but it adds some flavor, or maybe a little carrot. So there's things you can do and then wean yourself off, because sugar just isn't good for you. All forms of sugar,
Right.
even natural sugar, if it's too much,
Right.
So.
What did you learn first? Because you say you started cooking young. So what did you learn first? How to throw the right hook or how to cook?
Oh, well, that one's hard. No, probably cooking, because I was younger. I was like 9 or 10. I wasn't fighting at that point yet. Then I got a little older before I started doing my little street fighting and things, and kind of went down the wrong road. But cooking for me, my mom didn't really cook a lot. Like a lot of people don't. So I love to eat. And when my parents were married, we had a cook. But then when my parents divorced, I had to divorce the cook also.
The cook was gone.
The cook was gone, boo. I was like, no, Edith, come on, no more monkey bread and stewed chicken and greens. No, but
But even
so-
when you was with Pops?
no, so what do you mean?
Like even when you went to go Pops' house? He didn't
Yeah,
have a
no.
cook?
Yeah.
All right.
But I'm saying, I live with my mom,
All right.
so I actually did a lot of cooking for myself. And the first things I did was, eggs, spaghetti, things like that. I called my grandma a lot on the phone. My family's from Louisiana, Creole, so I'm like, Grandma, how do you make gumbo? She would tell me how to make the roux over the phone and all that, and I perfected it over the years. So
Your dad didn't want you to be a boxer either. You had to kind of sneak.
well, put it like this. I did it in secrecy to first find out if it's something that I actually could do. I knew I wanted to do it. I knew I liked to fight, but I knew that, there was a lot of weight carrying the last name, and there would be a lot of attention on me. I definitely didn't want to embarrass my family, myself, or my father. So I took the time to go to the gym, and I was training, and I lost about 30 pounds in the process. And I was telling everybody, I'm just working out. But I knew in my mind I really wanted to become a boxer. And then it got around once I got to sparring, dropped a couple guys in the gym. It got around like, wait, hold up. Wait, what's she trying to do? Now, she has some punching power, too. So then my dad came in town and was like, so are you going to be boxing? I was like, yeah, Dad. And then he tried to talk me out of it indirectly. He's like, what you going to do if you get knocked out? The whole world's watching. What you going to do if this happens or that happens? I was like, I'm going to handle it, Dad. And then he finally told me what was really on his mind. He's like, it's not for women. It's too hard. I was his baby girl.
Right.
And so I understand looking back, and I was like, you have a right to your opinion, Dad, but this is what I'm going to do. So
Was he at your first fight?
He was my first fight. Yes, he was in my first fight. And it only lasted 54 seconds. And I was mad as heck.
Why? You mad that you knocked him out?
I was mad because after all that training, you want a
You was
real
ready to go
fight.
some
You want a
rounds.
real fight. And I was like, my adrenaline was going. And when you're like leading up to the fight, you're like, your butterflies in your stomach, not nervous, but butterflies, like you're ready to go. And then when you're in there, that adrenaline rush is happening. You love every moment of it. As soon as the fight's over, you're like, damn, I want to do it again. Then when you go back into training, you go, why do I put myself through this? It's like a cycle.
Got you.
So, yeah.
Now you mentioned street fighting. Why was you getting into street fights?
Well, put it like this. I have a little bit of attitude about myself, okay? I'm very confident. Kids can take that. Muhammad Ali's daughter. I always had the name brand stuff, all that. People can be, they're going to look at you a certain way, act a certain way. And I
Got
never
you.
backed down from a fight. So I have sisters that never got in trouble. But me, I was like, what's the problem? So I was not afraid to get down in the dirt, you know what I'm saying, and get back up, dust myself off. So I got in a few fights and got transferred to a few schools, had a little bit of
So you were a bad kid.
I was bad. Yeah, I like to say that I was bad. I ended up in juvenile hall at one point.
Wow.
Yeah, I ended up in juvenile hall 3 months.
So
Not just a little bit of time.
That's
Some real
that's a
time.
good
Yeah,
time.
it wasn't just overnight.
You broke somebody's jaw or something?
Well, no, just being bad, not listening, not doing good in school. But I don't regret it because it actually helped turn me into the person that I am now. But I definitely, people don't, even with me looking the way that I look, people thought, oh, you're just trying to do, live off your father's name or whatever. And I was like, I've been a fighter since y'all just don't know. It's really in my heart to do. Like, I love it. Like, that's the one thing I love to do.
So your kids are scared of you. They don't mess around. They know.
No.
She's not gonna knock her kids
It's so
out.
funny because they oh, trust me, you just see my Sydney. She's like, I'm afraid she's gonna try to be a fighter, but no, they're not. I'm also, I'm a wife, I'm a mom, I'm very loving to my family, my friends. I don't go around trying to beat people up. Like,
So what did your parents say when you was in juvenile hall? Like,
what did they say?
Yeah.
They were like, we hope you're gonna learn and listen
It's
now.
good for your
Shit.
ass.
Yeah, it was good. My mom, of course, was hard for her to see, but at the same time, she was like, maybe now she's finally gonna listen. She's finally gonna...
It's interesting because having a famous father had the reverse effect. It actually probably made things a little harder for you with people giving you a difficult time.
Having my father.
Yeah.
I don't complain about that because I don't know anything different. So, I mean, having Muhammad Ali as a father has been just amazing. Just the pride that I have having that same blood running through my veins, and even with my boxing career, it was hard in the sense that I never had that period of being able to really learn. I learned in the ring, like with the lights on. You know what I'm saying? And everybody fought me 10 times harder. Even though women's boxing was a certain level and 168 pounds, to be honest with you, that's not where most of the talent is, just because there's just not a lot of girls there. But everyone I fought me 10 times harder because it was their moment. You know what I mean? So I had to be prepared. And I had trainers like Roger Mayweather, Floyd Mayweather, Buddy McGirt, so I had the best of the best. And then with the genes and the DNA, that's why I kind of retired from boxing at a certain point, because I was just like, there's really nothing left for me here. And I've gone on to host shows. I host a show now, by the way, called Homemade Simple.
On the OWN network.
On OWN, yeah. So it's fun. And, now I'm getting to do some of the other things. I got that fight out of me, out of my system. Now I can go back to decorating and cooking. And, I'm cooking recipes out of the book. So it's amazing. So.
This is interesting to me because I just assumed Muhammad Ali taught you how to throw them hands.
You know what?
Like,
He didn't. And, but what's crazy is that when he finally, he supported me from the beginning, but when he finally came to me one time after a fight and said, I want to talk to you. And I was like, what is it? He's real serious, and he almost had tears in his eyes, and he said, I was wrong. He's like, women can fight. You can fight. And then he was just like, you move around like me, you jab, you got a jab like me, not exactly like him, but I'm saying you see a lot of the similarities because we're built kind of the same as our body structure and the quickness and all those things. So then it's kind of like, I was like that. He never had a boy that was going to box. In fact, he never wanted any of us to. I'm the youngest of 9, and I'm the only boxer in the family, his last girl. But my father and I'm the one out of all the kids. It was like, I don't want to be Muslim. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. So we always kind of butt heads together. But he has a certain tremendous amount of respect at the same time because I'm a chip off the old, was it block?
Yeah. Now,
That was difficult for him when you told him you didn't want to be raised Muslim.
It was very difficult. So look at all that he'd been through. But at the same time, I told him it's not in my heart to do. So
How did
he
he
had
take
to respect that. It was hard.
Were you the only
He's
one
like,
out
you
of the
don't
9
know.
kids that said that?
Yeah, pretty much.
what was it? You loved ham that much?
No.
Or what?
But I didn't understand. But what I didn't understand, this is my water. But what I didn't understand, though, I was like, well, I'm gonna go to hell if I eat pork. I was like, I just can't. I don't understand that. I can be a good person. So, but again, what he was in his heart to do, he did, and what was in my heart to do, I did. So it was great.
Would you ever get back in the ring just for fun, shits and giggles?
Money right, Laila there every night.
Really?
Here we
You
go.
still training? You still train?
I stay training.
Got you.
Yeah, I got a little baby 6-pack right now.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I have a heavy bag hanging in my. I just turned 40.
Wow.
Can you believe it?
No.
Amazing.
I know. I just turned 40. I can't believe it either. And but at the same time, because I think of my healthy lifestyle, the fact that I train all the time, I could pretty much do anything I wanted to. So, but I don't think there's anyone there for me right now that would actually give me a good challenge.
How did you and your husband argue? Because he can't, usually you can say something slick, but with you can't say that slickness.
It's funny because my husband, thank God, this husband, I'm on my second marriage. does not have a slick mouth.
The first one did.
He doesn't
Yes.
have a slick
Okay.
mouth.
No, he don't have a slick mouth. Now, me on the other hand, sometimes he's like, "Hold up, now," you like, cause I can get aggressive sometimes when it comes to things that I'm passionate about with the kids. No, we're gonna do this. He's like, "Hold up, you need to calm down."
Jeez,
So
Laila.
I would have never. No, but the thing is, I would never have married a man that I felt like I could overpower
Right.
or that would feel overpowered by me. My husband played football, so he's an athlete. He's big. He's strong. So he's not intimidated
That
by
means
me
nothing.
at all.
2 pounds of pressure to that
No,
jaw.
but I'm just saying.
Not too cold.
We don't ever. Look, the times I do get mad because Curtis hardly ever gets me heated because I actually get hot. Like when when you really get mad, you get heated, and I'm like, and he'll be joking with me and grab me. I'm like, babe, like when I'm mad, I'm like, don't do that because I don't even want to have that feeling
Not
towards you. That
not
hot. I
reflex.
don't want to get hot.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I don't even
yeah.
want to feel that way towards you. Like
Did you ever have the desire to prove yourself in the ring with a guy?
no. But to prove what?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not one of those women that feels like I need to prove I'm stronger than men, I'm better than men. I feel that I'm equal to men, but I want to fight women. I don't want to fight when I was fighting. I want to fight women, not men. And I feel that men will always be stronger than women. We're talking about pound for pound.
Right.
Of course, I can beat. There's men I've knocked out, beat up. Because all I sparred with was men. But they're also taken into consideration. They have to be a certain size, a certain weight, a certain skill level, all those different things. So I don't, as a woman, feel I'm so confident in myself as a woman. I don't have to go around saying I'm a woman, I'm strong, I can beat every man. And I don't want to see women fighting men or none of that. I don't even want to see big women fighting little women. Like even it's pound for pound. It's,
Yeah.
that's why there's weight classes.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you ever, when your father first came to you and said he didn't want you to fight because you were a woman, did you think that was sexism or just a father looking out for his daughter?
It's both with my dad. It was both. He didn't feel it was both. It's just both. That's all I could say. So I had to prove to him 2 things. Not only as a woman could I do it, and I can understand because we're taught to protect women, right? He knows. Now that I'm looking back and I think about all that my father went through with his career, going, and turning down, not going to war and all those things, everything that he went through, right? That was all intertwined in me saying that I want to become a boxer. All the blood and the sweat and everything that happens in the gym is all men. It's grimy in there. He didn't just want me around that. All the shady people you have to deal with in the business of boxing. So it's just like, all of that kind of comes. And then this just down to just, I don't want you, because he's Muslim, in a sports bra and shorts bouncing around the ring. He'd be like, what if they hit you in your breast? What you gonna do? Just stuff like that.
Right.
Women have babies. Like that was his saying, like, see, you're not meant to fight. You're not meant to get. I was like, yeah, but Dad, we wear chest protection just like you wear a cup. We there's all those things. So he had no. I kind of cornered him, and that's when he was just like, "Oh, I just don't want you to do it."
Right.
Have you ever done any type of detox or thought about being vegan or anything like that?
I actually have a detox right now. It's called the Laila Ali 7-day detox.
What is that? Break it down. I'm always looking
What
for a
it
good
is
detox.
okay. So a lot of people are obviously just. I want to do it in general, but just with the book, I was telling people when they purchase the book, they get my detox free. And what it is the foundation of the detox is the shakes. So, but it's very customizable for everybody. So once they download it, it has a shake recipe. It also tells you how to build your own shake, tells you how to build your own plates, but then you also get advanced recipes from the book so that people just understand. It's really about detoxing from all the crap, all the additives, all the junk, and eating whole foods. And you can decide whether you want to have 1 shake a day or 2 shakes a day and 1 meal and snacks. So it has all the guidelines in there, but people can access it at LailaAliFreeDetox.com. And the detox is free when you buy the book. So
Nice.
exciting.
I'm about to do my first detox, so I'm nervous. So that sounds
well,
good.
yeah, and there's different levels of detoxing.
Right.
So I don't know what kind you're doing. You might be doing an all juice. You might be doing, I don't know, but we have to detox nowadays because we're constantly bombarded with toxins in the air, in the products we put in our skin. Your skin is your largest organ on your body. The lotions, all the scents, the plug-ins, the candles,
Right.
the perfume. And when you think about it, it's just so much. You have to constantly find ways to detox yourself of all that.
What are some easy ways or easy things that you've given up in your diet that is beneficial, you've seen has helped you a lot?
Oh my God, a long time ago. I mean, I gave up soda. I gave up just buying packaged food all the time. I still do sometimes, but now I'm looking for organic, non-GMO, more quality ingredients. Just eating anything. If you look on the back and you see all these chemicals and you're like, what is this?
Right.
It's not even food. It's food-like. Your body can't process it. So things like that. Also just eating the amounts of sugar, because I used to eat quantities of sugar, small amounts, but throughout the day. So, but again, I'm feeding that addiction because it is addictive. It's more addictive than cocaine. Even if you're having a little bit, you're better off just having a slice of cake, if that's what you're going to do and be done for the day, than having a little piece of this and a little piece of that and a little piece of all day, feeding your body the sugar. So just things like that.
Right.
You retired, you was undefeated, right?
Yep.
Yes.
24-0, 21 knockouts.
Why they didn't label you as the baddest woman on the planet the way they did like Rousey when she was running through people? You think it's because of different sports? Or
You might be able to think of a couple reasons for that.
white and stuff like that?
Possibly. I think it's easier. I mean, I think it's kind of known now. It's a little easier, when you have a certain color skin. But, I mean, you have to think, like Muhammad Ali's daughter, people call me pretty, say that I had everything that it takes, but I still wasn't able to get to a certain level because of, just for certain reasons. So, but I mean, I'm not somebody who sits back and complains about things. I think everything happens in due time. You got Clarissa Shields now, who's an Olympic champion. She's a young black girl, came out of Flint, Michigan, lived a hard life, went through a lot. She went to the Olympics, won twice. Women's boxing wasn't in the Olympics when I fought. She actually fights at the weight class I fought in. And she's doing great. I mean, it's still not what I would have wanted. I would have wanted more because I have a big picture in my mind. But for her, that's great. And I think that women's boxing is getting some good attention. So it's wonderful.
I remember you said the best in the world don't get beat. You still feel that way?
No. I said that?
Yeah, I thought in reference to Ronda Rousey.
No. I might have said something similar to that, but you don't get beat the way she got beat.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
I would say that. Ronda Rousey was a very good fighter. I never took anything away from her because she did, but she had some flaws, and they just got But I would never, to just get 100% taken advantage of in the ring and just look like a little rag doll in the ring. That would never happen.
And then it happened again.
Yeah.
And then she just gave up.
Yeah, I think it's hard when you've been in your mind you're the best ever, and you really believe that, and you think that you're perfect, and then you find that you're not. People go through these deep depressions. I mean, it happened to George Foreman when my dad beat him. He went through a deep depression, and then he kind of went into hiding, and then he came out a whole different person. So they overcome some things. I've seen some people go through that. No one saw it but me, but some of the girls I fought went through that because they believed all the hype. Oh, she's nothing. She's just Ali's daughter, and then they get beat by me. You know what I mean? And then they had to come to some realizations and things like that. But you can get beat, but it's who you get beat by and how you get beat. Muhammad Ali, he's the greatest of all time. He got beat.
But it's how he bounced back.
And it was later in his career. He wasn't in his prime anymore. All those different types of things. So it's like you have to look at it like that. Like people get beat by Floyd Mayweather, and people go, well, it's Floyd Mayweather, right? So it just depends on who you get beat by.
That's why I get up. Okay.
What do you think of Floyd? I know you mentioned your dad's the greatest of all time. Some people say Floyd is. What do you think about Floyd?
Floyd says he's the best ever, and he is a very good boxer, and I could see why he would think that about himself. And I think you should think that about yourself. Right. When you think about Muhammad Ali, though, we're talking about the greatest of all time. First of all, a lot of people call themselves the GOAT. I know one thing. My father would have never came behind anyone else and called himself the GOAT. He was the original GOAT. He made up that term, and he lived it inside and outside of the ring. So I think that's why some people are like, how could you, but Floyd talking about just boxing, that comes down to just in a matter of opinion, because Floyd technically can do some really cool things in the ring, but he learned a lot of that he may not realize from Muhammad Ali, who was faster than Floyd at a heavyweight. Yep. That's what's crazy. My dad was a heavyweight doing the things that he was doing before anybody was doing it. So it really doesn't matter to me because I really don't get into that conversation when it comes to boxing because it's a matter of opinion. You think that person's best, you think that person's best. Well, who cares? You know what I mean? To even be in that group of people, to be even considered to be one of the best is amazing. You're all going to go down in history. So I always said I want to be the best in my weight class. Right. I never was like, I'm the number one boxer female ever. But I'll tell you what, ain't nobody ever going to whoop me. I can say that. Call it what you want to. Call it what you want to, Charlamagne.
How does it make you feel that America celebrates your father so much now, but when he was alive, he was public enemy number
at
one?
One time, right?
Yeah.
It's amazing. I mean, I understand why. I understand, as we all know, the history of this country. And when he was at his prime talking, and uplifting people, making African-American people love themselves and actually would change the world, then he was more of a threat. Then when he got sick, he was quiet. People felt like he was no longer a threat. Then it was like they loved Muhammad Ali. So, but he was a controversial person at one time, and he grew and he changed. A certain, even within himself, through his religion and what he would say about certain people. Then he ended up loving all people, and feeling that all people were equal because he went around the world and touched people and met people of all different religions and colors and saw how we were all connected. So my father was almost like an angel. Like, I'm telling you, the energy. Have you ever met him and been around?
Unfortunately, no.
You didn't?
No.
Oh,
I met
never.
him one time, but it was way later. It was at a Russell Simmons event when he had his philanthropic event that he did every year for the holidays.
Mm-hmm. So many people. I mean, obviously, people every day mention my dad and tell me the stories, and I still am amazed at how many people he's actually met. Like, people like, I met him at the airport. He picked me up when I was a kid. He this, and as a kid, we used to roll around in this Rolls Royce, all of us. We'd go down the Wilshire Boulevard
Give
in
out
LA.
money.
He'd give out money.
Yeah.
He'd shake hands. He'd be there for 2 and 3. It was annoying as a kid. We'd be there for 2 and 3 hours everywhere we went, but he loved people. And that's one thing and my dad, which I love about him, is that he was so, even though he was confident, and brash and all those things, he was a humble person. He loved people. He never acted like he was better than anybody else or tried to floss his money in people's face and say, I got this and I got these clothes and I'm better than you. So that's what trips me out now about people when they make it, when they try to look down upon other people. That's what irritates me. So
I read that he used to interview you and your sisters.
Oh yeah.
What would he ask y'all?
Oh my God, he'd ask us all kind of stuff. Just the things parents ask their kids, what do you want to be when you grow up? Just different little questions. And he would he kept tapes. He would record us. And
You still have those
yeah.
tapes?
My sister has them. My sister Hannah, she gets her hands on everything. So Hannah has the tapes, but just listening to him, and what's a real treat for me is not listening to myself, but listening to my dad when he was talking. Because as I got old enough to really ask him the questions that I would want to ask him, he couldn't really speak clearly anymore. So that was the thing, but you could always communicate with him through his eyes.
Gotcha.
So, but yeah, that was.
Was he trying to prepare you for what was to come, maybe?
Like, meaning?
Just in life.
Probably. I mean, he even not through the video, I mean through the recordings, he was always preparing us for what to come. My dad sat us down and we had so many lectures. That's all he used to do, is talk to us about religion, talk to us about what's going on in the world, talk to us about teaching us how the world was going to be unfair to us. And unfortunately, a lot of black parents have to have that conversation with their kids. I'm thinking about now, when am I going to have this conversation with my kids? 6 and 9. But they're starting to know the difference between color now. And especially with President Trump and all these different things that are going on, and they're just like, huh? And now I have to start explaining to them, but without them feeling less than, because I believe personally that when you learn about slavery and all those things in school, as a kid, sometimes it gives you an inferiority because you don't understand. It's like, they have more than me, you must be better, all this thing, but why were we treated? So you have to try to figure out a way to teach them, because you can't not teach them, because it's going to hit them in the face at some point, but without giving them that complex. My daughter said to me the other day, we were going to sleep, and she said, Mom, I wish my skin was this color. And she pointed to the light side of her hand, to the underside of her hand. I said, and that's when I was just like, oh, damn, like
body blow,
6 years old. And I was like, well, why? And she's like, well, because I feel like, Jesus' skin was that color. Oh, and,
Lord.
All these different things.
Right.
So I was just like, okay.
That lie.
So I was just like, it's like, what do you say? So I know what I said, but I'm just saying, it starts so young.
Absolutely.
So, it's just one more thing. So my dad, to answer your question, I think definitely instilled that in us at a young age. So we are very aware. But I, in my life, try to be very inclusive of everybody, because the more I think we separate ourselves and define, like, I don't go around saying I'm a black woman and I'm this and I'm that, because I feel like you can see that I'm a black woman. You can see that I'm confident. You can see that I'm powerful. You can see that I can do anything that I want to do. And I have, people who appreciate me of all shades and colors. So that's what, I want to see us start looking at more of the ways that we're alike than we are different. But at the same time, you got to keep your eyes open and woke and be, realistic about the way the world is.
How old were you when he first told you that the white man was the devil?
Oh my God. He actually didn't tell us that at that age, but he did used to tell us, because I don't remember timing wise because he changed that. He used to think that. But he said, how come everything good is white and everything bad is black? Like angel food cake, and devil's food cake, and then he kind of do the comparisons. The snow is white and this is this. And we were like, oh yeah. I was like, he had some deep conversations.
Right, I can imagine.
I'm like, I'm only 7 or 8. Yeah, it's so funny.
If your daughter wanted to box, would you be supportive of that?
I would definitely try to do what my dad did probably and encourage her to do other things, but I would support her because I understand that that's what you got to do. Your kids are going to, they don't belong to us.
Nope.
They just come through us. And just like I did with my mom, she was always very supportive of me, but she tells me now that her heart dropped. She was like, oh God, not again. Because it's hardest for the people who love and care about you sitting on the side watching. So
she's seen it with your dad, and now she's seen it with you.
Oh my God, yeah, with people that you love, and I think it was even harder for him because he was going in there against heavyweights, and you could, one punch can kill you, and I was always the stronger one in my fights. But Sydney has a lot of fight in her though. My son, I'm not really worried about because he just doesn't seem like he has that temperament. But you never know.
That'll be the one to turn that corner.
I know, I'm scared.
What if
now
he wants to play football?
He's talking about that now. I had never had to deal with it, but now he's like, Daddy, I want to play football. And I'm like, oh man, because I was gonna let him. I was like, he doesn't want to play football, so I'm talking about football. But now all of a sudden he's like, can we go throw the ball? Can we do that? He's playing football
That's
at school.
where it starts.
I'm like, he's a big, strong boy too. My son is 9. He's 110 pounds.
Whoa.
He's already wearing size 14.
How tall is he?
Gosh.
He's about 5 feet.
He's bigger than you, Charlamagne.
Yeah, Charlamagne. Watch out, Charlamagne.
He's 9.
Jesus Christ.
He's a big kid.
Basketball and football.
We're big people. I weigh 200 pounds.
No, you don't.
I swear to God.
No way.
I weigh 200 pounds.
Right now?
Right now today. 198.
Wow.
Jeez.
200 pounds.
200
Because I'm
pounds,
tall.
that's
I'm
good.
5'11". I got big hands. Have you noticed? Look how
Yes.
big my hands are. I got big
She made that
feet.
fist. I was like,
I got big feet. I got a big head. I'm a
She said I had a
big.
big
I do.
head.
I bet it fits my body. But like if we took a picture side by side, I bet my head's bigger than yours. All of you. But I'm just saying,
I've done
I'm
that
proud
before.
of these things.
I took a picture with you at Dr. Oz.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying, look at it. Watch my.
I
Watch me
know.
like, damn, her head. Oh,
it
you
looks
saw
like
it
Shaq
already?
and Kevin Hart.
You better watch your mouth. You better watch your.
I mean, in a
mind.
good way.
All right. Just making sure.
Okay, no, but I'm just saying, I'm proud of my size. It's how God made me, and
Absolutely.
it all made sense when I got in that ring. But I'm just saying, we're physically big people. I look smaller than I
I can't believe your
actually am.
9-year-old is bigger than Charlamagne.
Okay.
That is
You're not
crazy.
bigger than me. Slow down. Relax. It was a joke.
They're the same
Jesus
size.
Christ.
G. Same size.
My
Stop
daughter
it.
Sydney's pretty big too.
Let me ask you this. They always tell men before they fight, right? You can't have sex for a certain amount of time. Do they tell women that also?
That's just kind of like a thing in boxing, and it's more. I would say for me it would be more mental. You know what I mean? You don't want to have those kind of feelings. Like I'm in straight up fight mode. Like you can imagine if you knew you were going to fight somebody on a certain day at a certain time. You know who it is. You know this is going to happen. It's not like a street fight. So you want to be like in real beast mode. So I'm talking about when it comes to, was it going to kill me if I had some ice cream before the fight? No. But mentally, I'm going to feel like I didn't do everything that I need to do because my confidence came from preparation. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't
Is that
even
what you
want
call sex? Ice cream?
No. I'm sorry. No. Okay, so no, I would not have sex.
want some ice cream?
I didn't want
Oh.
the ice cream. I don't even want sex. I'm talking about when it comes to fighting. Like I don't want to have. You don't want to be in that feminine mode.
Yeah.
I want to fuck somebody up mode. You know what I mean?
How long
Excuse
did you
my
train
French.
for? How long did you train for?
Like 10 weeks before a
weeks.
fight. But no, not you're not gonna go that long now.
10
But I'm
weeks
talking
without
about.
sex?
I'm
Yeesh.
talking about maybe like 2 weeks leading up to the fight.
Gotcha.
That's when you would just be like, I'm not really feeling it.
And it's not the sex, it's the orgasm. So just sleep with a man that's not going to make you.
Or just do a red light
orgasm.
special or something. No, I'm just joking.
Whoa.
I'm just playing.
Goodness
I tell you that
gracious.
is off.
'Cause I know
No, I'm
for-
joking.
For
I'm
guys,
messing
they
with you
say your
guys.
knees get weak. I don't know if for us
Gracious.
our knees get weak.
Now,
I'm just playing.
You was on the Food Network's Chopped.
Yes.
And you won.
I did a couple times.
So what brings you more joy, winning in the ring or winning in the kitchen?
I just like to win, period. I would say that, I haven't won at everything. I did Dance with the Stars. I went to the finals. I didn't win. I wasn't heartbroken. But when it came to cooking against celebrities, I was like, oh, I got to win. But if I'm going up against chefs, so I'm going to size up my competition, right? And let me see what my weight class is. And I want to win. I want to be the best. And that's what happened. But, definitely boxing is my first love. And, cooking is something that I'm super passionate about.
Gotcha.
It'll be a part of my life forever. I'm done boxing now, but I'll be cooking till the
Would
day
you
I
open
die.
a restaurant?
I would love to, but the thing, as you know, it's hard having a business and having people work for you. So I would definitely, I'm that type of person, I would want to be there. I
All the
would want to
time.
make sure it's right, and I'm not able to do that at this point. So it's something that I've been
Gotta
playing
get some
with.
good partners.
Yeah, but because you don't want to just be doing it. It's like if I do it, I want to do it right. So I'm saying it's a possibility. It definitely is.
Do women run into the same thing that men fighters run into, like women in the street challenging you?
No, I never have had that happen.
Gotcha.
You know what? That back to my size, I'm physically a big girl, and I think I have a certain type of energy about me. You know what I mean? So I'm sure I would say somebody probably thought they would do it when they met me. They might have changed their mind. because I'm ready. Like, trust me. Like,
You ready all the time?
I'm gonna be ready all the
Heels and
time.
all.
Like, people meet me all the time. Like, you don't have any security? Like, I was like, I don't need. I got my
I
right
am
and my
the
left. I'm
security.
good. But I do have
Laila.
sometimes. But I'm saying for the most part, I do travel alone. Like, I'm coming to New York for business or whatever. I'm by myself, but I feel confident and comfortable. But I'm a pretty likable person though. People don't.
Yeah.
I don't really have that problem. But if I did.
Have you ever felt like you wanted to do it? Like, has there anybody ever got you so heated, like, I'm about to put hands on you?
Like a radio personality.
No.
Like
I
Charlamagne.
wouldn't. No.
Why would I do
Just
that?
asking.
No.
I'm not her size. She
No.
has to be for Wendy Williams
No.
or somebody.
Yeah, right.
Like,
You know what? The thing is that and she's my size.
Yes.
But the thing is that I really have no interest in fighting women that are not professional fighters
Right.
because it wouldn't be a
That
fight.
doesn't look good for you to
Not
do
only that, it wouldn't be a fight.
Yeah,
It would
yeah,
just
yeah,
be like
yeah.
it would be like a knock, like a
If you
like
knocked
a
out
fat,
Wendy
knockout
Williams,
round.
that would be.
yeah,
We would
that
be
would
like,
be
come on,
that would
Laila,
be
why did
nice.
you-
Like that wouldn't make me look good.
Right.
So no.
Well, we appreciate you for joining us.
Laila
The book
Ali.
is
Thank
out
you.
right now. Food for Life.
Yep.
And thank you for stopping by.
Yes, and get
I'm
the
gonna
detox.
try one of these recipes this weekend.
They can do my detox and come get your drinks.
How do you get the detox? You buy the book and it,
Well,
get it
you can
free.
go to LailaAliFreeDetox.com and
Okay.
all the information is there, and it's on all of my profiles on social media and everything. And that's the only way you can get the detox, though. It's not in the book. You got to
Okay.
get the book, and then you can download the detox for free, and it's all on that link I said.
and when does the show come on?
The
Homemade
show
Simple?
Homemade Simple comes on every Saturday at 9 a.m. and also it re-airs again on Oprah's Super Soul Sunday at 1
Word.
on Sundays. Yep. So
right.
twice.
Well, there you have it. It's Laila
Oh, and I have
Ali.
a book
something else?
signing. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Tribeca.
You can tell her.
Oh,
You edited
and
it.
what I'm excited about is I'm also in New York City doing a book signing, couple book signings. So I have one tomorrow.
Tonight.
I have
Today.
one
Yeah,
today.
tonight. Yeah.
I have a book signing today at Barnes & Noble Tribeca at 6 p.m. So
Okay,
make
6
sure you
p.m.
check me
tonight.
out.
It's her PR in the
PR
background.
people
What
behind
is
it.
it? What
Say
is
it out loud. You can say it out loud.
Business partner,
All
I'm
right,
sorry.
The bookends in Ridgewood, New Jersey.
Oh,
Bookends
and then
in
I'm doing
Ridgewood.
bookends in Ridgewood, New Jersey. What day is that? Wednesday.
That's
Yes,
tomorrow.
Yes.
Tomorrow. What
All right.
time?
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm all confused.
That's all right. What time?
It's okay.
6 p.m.
6 p.m.
So let's get it
Okay.
right. Barnes and Noble
Tonight
tonight,
at
6.
Ridgewood, New Jersey.
Wednesday.
Bookends tomorrow.
6.
Got you.
We got
Thank you
it. I think we
guys.
got it.
Thank you.
All right. It's the Breakfast Club. It's Laila Ali.